Welcome everyone, this is AndresRestart, and today we are talking about how we now have evidence for a secret Nintendo game that's been in the QA testing stage for a while already, and we don't know what it is coming, and it's nearly done. And so, what might it be? Well, that's what we're talking about today. But before going forward, let me point out that we are currently aiming for a goal of 40,000 subscribers, so if you do enjoy my content, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and enjoy the ride as we aim to talk about Nintendo every day. So full credit goes to DocTrey81. His video will be linked in the description below. He discovered another LinkedIn profile listing that shows this software QA tester working at Nintendo of America from March of 2022 to October 2023, and here it says they worked on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and another unnamed Nintendo title. What is this unnamed title? Well, we can at least guess that it's something that was announced after October 2023. And with that in mind, there's a pretty good chance it may be an entirely unknown game that we have not thought of before. But this isn't necessarily the case. So it could be, for example, Endless Ocean. This is a Nintendo game. It is a title that is releasing May 2nd and was announced during the partner showcase. There's been some confusion on this one because it was announced during the partner showcase where we get third-party announcements. But what needs to be understood is that Nintendo outsourced this project, but Endless Ocean is still a Nintendo IP. So this could count as a Nintendo title, and this may be the game that this person could have been QA testing. But that is just one of many possibilities. Another possibility I'll throw out there is that this unnamed Nintendo title, in theory, could actually be Metroid Prime 4. Now some of you might say, well no, it can't be because this is saying an unnamed Nintendo title. And it may not be Metroid Prime 4, just to be clear. But the reason why I'm even suggesting it as a possibility is because we've already seen that Nintendo has been in the QA testing stage for Metroid Prime 4 for a while. We recently got some job postings that they even still are in that QA testing stage, but we've even seen evidence that they've been playtesting this game since March of 2023, which would still fall under the window of this software QA tester here. But also recently, when some discoveries were made about what Retro Studios is working on and QA testing for Metroid Prime 4, these listings were changed shortly afterwards. And so it may be the case that there may be more of a concerted effort to hide what's going on regarding Metroid Prime 4, as we've already seen in the past, and it could be that they are now saying simply unnamed Nintendo title even though it's Metroid Prime 4, which has technically already been named. But then you could also argue that maybe Metroid Prime 4 hasn't been fully named yet. Maybe there's a full title that isn't just Prime 4, and that could still theoretically count here. Now, a lot of people are making the argument that this game that's being tested on could be a big release for this year. And if it's somehow Endless Ocean, or if it's somehow Metroid Prime 4, these are possibilities. A lot of people think that Metroid Prime 4 could be coming this year. There are some rumors suggesting so. I have been a little bit more conflicted because I think there's a chance Metroid Prime 4 might be saved for closer to the Switch 2 window. And when it comes to these rumors, it may have been the case that Prime 4 was planned for 2024, but with the reported Switch 2 internal delay, Prime 4 may have also been pushed back as well. Of course, we don't know this. If you want to remain optimistic the game's coming out this year, I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm simply stating, I'm not sure. It's a toss-up for me personally. But the main point I would like to make here is that we don't actually know when this Nintendo title is coming out. It may be almost done because, well, they are in the QA testing stage, that's what that would suggest. But sometimes when something's in the QA testing stage, that doesn't mean it's going to come out in the same year. For example, we were just talking about Metroid Prime 4, and we've seen evidence of that game being in the testing stage since March of last year, a full year ago, and yet we haven't seen any footage on the game yet. So, this title could be, for example, the next 3D Mario, which may not be coming out until holiday 2025, I hope sooner. But my point simply is, we don't know when this is coming out exactly. I wouldn't say this is a guarantee of another big, huge AAA Nintendo title for 2024. It's just another Nintendo title that may come out this year, but it also may come out next year. From what we've seen of how long sometimes it takes Nintendo to put out these games, even when they're already in the QA testing stage, 1 to 2 years I think is a safe window of expectation. Now, I think a lot of this happens because Nintendo does sit on games. They're not rushing to bring every game out that they have completed. But some may argue that because this QA tester finished in October of 2023, that both of these game projects may be done as well. And that could be the case. I'm not sure that's guaranteed that a QA tester would stay until a game is totally complete. But if that is the case, that would suggest that they finished another game back in October, which again, could be Endless Ocean, but maybe it is something else. Maybe it is something else we are going to see not next year for Switch 2, but this year for 2024. And if that's the case, what might it be? I think it should be noted that it could still be a remaster. It doesn't have to be a brand new Nintendo title. Remasters and remakes still need QA testing, so it could be something like that, and we are not sure what that is. But some games that I think have a chance of coming out this year that may be fairly exciting, there are still the rumors of a black and white Pokemon remake. Now, many people think that these games wouldn't be happening anymore because they weren't announced during the Pokemon Presents. However, we have seen big Pokemon remakes along these lines announced later into the year several times before, and that also even Puero, while they did say to take it with a grain of salt and they were dubious of it being announced during the Presents, they did say they had heard that there was some sort of outsourced black and white remake in the works. And last time we got a Pokemon Legends game, Legends Arceus, there was also the outsourced Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl to ILCA. And so it could be the case that these black and white remakes are happening, they just haven't been announced yet, and ILCA is putting them together, and this maybe counts as a Nintendo game and could be this unnamed Nintendo title. But another possibility that I don't think a lot of people are considering right now, that I've been thinking about a little bit more often lately, is another 2D Zelda game. So we're actually way overdue for a new 2D Zelda game, and this could be a scenario similar to Mario Wonder. And Dr. 81 brought this up in his video that last year we weren't sure if we were going to be getting any major games after Tears of the Kingdom, and then Nintendo did announce Mario Wonder. And so now we're here in 2024, where we have seen similar rumors and reports suggesting that Nintendo is saving their big releases for next year, similar to how they said there wouldn't be any big releases after Tears of the Kingdom, and Nintendo could turn around and put out something like a 2D Zelda that's been done for a little bit. And I think this would be a really good fit for the end of the Switch generation, because it's something that I think the Switch could still totally do a great job of running really well, and it wouldn't be something that maybe people would be thinking, man, if only I could play this on Switch 2 with better graphics, because it's a 2D game, which usually the Switch can maximize pretty well. Very similar to Mario Wonder. Now, of course, I'm just stating some different possibilities here. We do not know what this unnamed Nintendo title is, but it is interesting that we at least have one other game that Nintendo has likely close to being ready that could, in theory, come out this year. And if this isn't Endless Ocean, and if this isn't Metroid Prime 4, and if it isn't the other things I've mentioned, in theory, Nintendo could still have a pretty good lineup for 2024. But we shall see once we finally get that bigger General Direct, hopefully a month or so from now. But what do you all think? Let me know in the comments below. This is AndresRestart. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I'll see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.